I know I said I don't do a lot of financial videos on this channel, but surprise, I lied. Just kidding. I recently did a video about the stock market and trading. You can check that video out here or maybe it didn't even pop up. I guess we'll see. But I ran across this video and it came out about 2 months ago, so I decided to make my own version of it with a little twist. So here we go.
This is what 100,000 traders would look like. This is what 15 million traders would look like. This is the estimated amount of retail Forex traders in the world today. And 40% of them entered the market in the last 3 years only. And with an average of $5,000 in lifetime deposits, and considering that approximately 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days, this would mean that retail Forex traders lost approximately a staggering $24 billion in the last 3 years only.
So what am I even talking about here? I guess I have 2 points. And I'm gonna preface all of this by saying, I grew up very intrigued with the world of finance. Well, science is my main love, but in my mid-20s, I got really into not just finance, but business and economics and just how the whole financial system works. I've worked for basically all of the largest banks, brokerage houses, and big accounting firms. So I say all that to say I'm not coming at this from an uninformed perspective or as someone who despises the industry. And also, I've done some trading personally, Forex, options, a little bit of stocks, and I never lost my shirt. I'm still wearing it. Not to say that I never lost money, but I definitely stopped trading while I was still in the black. And I say all of that to say that number one, the idea of trading courses and that whole ecosystem on YouTube is nonsense. Save your money. And I think the idea and the life of the average retail trader, keyword being average, is just rife with failure and disappointment. You are gonna lose, and you're better off swing trading or just investing. Now, those are two pretty bold statements, but I'm gonna explain why. And if you're not the average retail trader, then ignore everything I'm saying. And if you think I'm stupid or you don't agree, well, then ignore everything I'm saying. That is the beauty of the internet. You can turn me off, or I guess you could have never turned me on.
Yeah, baby.
Not like that, get your mind out of the gutter. Side note, I'm gonna try to make this my last financial-ish video for a while. Being a retail trader is like entering Le Mans in a box cart. Actually, it's probably worse than that.
You're betting against people with PhD in finance and statistical analysis and macroeconomics and IT, people who are smarter than you.
You see, while you are competing against PhDs and economists and math wizards, you are also competing against good old-fashioned money. Not to mention institutional traders that have access to securities that you can't even trade, access to systems and information that you don't even know exist, and that are designed to exploit your blind spots and profit off of your failures. Statistically, they say like 1.6% of all retail traders are actually profitable, and nearly 40% of them are gone in less than a month. And while a lot of what he is saying in this video is very true, actually, I'd advise you to watch it. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. The problem is, he still has the mindset that with the proper training and information, the average retail trader can win.
Why is day trading, making money online with stocks or really Forex or futures or anything so hard? I mean, if you've ever seen the statistics, then, I mean, they're varying across the board, but at the core, they all suggest that you're going to fail. I mean, some people will say it's 90% failure rate. Other people will say, no, it's actually 95% failure rate. But why is trading so hard?
But how do we define winning? Is it possible to carve out a life trading and make a livable wage? Absolutely. As I said earlier, 1.6% of all retail traders actually do that, but that's not a very high success rate. If you fall into that 1.6%, are you actually winning? I mean, I guess everyone's definition for that is different. How long can you sustain the life of a day trader? To be successful, the barrier to entry is very high. There's a lot of knowledge involved, money, obviously, and just time spent feeding the machine. And once you make it through that gauntlet, your future is stress. Hours of research, constantly staring at a screen, pressure of needing to win, because that's how you feed yourself and your family. Trying to stay informed on everything that may impact the markets that you trade in, and the list goes on. But with all of that, you are at the mercy of big money most times, because their ability to move and make markets will absolutely crush your plans. So is a life of this actually winning? Now, I don't want to insult his integrity because, hey, we're all here to make money. But his sponsor for that video is a company called World Class Edge, and they make, you know it, trading courses.
World-class edge. As in world-class edge, you can literally learn trading from the best traders in the world.
So while he's pointing out all the pitfalls, he's also saying, I'm the only one that can tell you how to win at this game.
I am the chosen one.
Well, me and my sponsor. And what I'm saying is, you're not gonna win. I used to work at Chase. It's gone through several mergers and whatnot, but when I first started, this is when Jamie Dimon was transitioning into the CEO position after running Bank One. Now, previously, he had worked at Citigroup. I also worked there, and he worked under the tutelage of Sandy Well, who was his mentor. Side note, there's a really good book called Tearing Down Walls about Sandy and the fight to build and keep Citigroup. This is that book. I'm gonna zoom in right here. I got this book from my director back when I started at Chase in Manhattan, and it's a really good book. You should definitely read it. As you can see, it's been read multiple times. I really like this book though. You should check it out. Tearing Down Walls by Monica Langley of the Wall Street Journal. Anyway, Sandy sent Jamie packing. And during the time before he started working for Bank One, which would eventually merge with Chase, he did some retail trading and investing. And I remember reading about this, and it was such a casual thing. Like, he'd been basically fired and decided to sit around for a few years tinkering in the market. And this is my point. Through Sandy, Jamie Dimon has a direct line to the world of old money. I mean, he's connected to the people that built the financial systems. Gerald Ford, John Reed, Peter Cohen, the list goes on. That's your competition. And even at that time, he was worth millions of dollars. His severance package for leaving Citi was like $30 million, and that was in 1998. So I don't know, what is that, like $1 billion today? But he was not your average retail trader. And these are the type of guys that you are going up against. So if you have the money, access to even more capital, financial knowledge, access to information from all your friends that are still on Wall Street, then yeah, you could be successful as a retail trader. But what all these courses are proposing is that you can compete with NBA players by taking some Learn How to Dribble course on YouTube. It's just that simple. I don't think in the long term, there's any way that nowadays a retail day trader can win at day trading. You are always gonna lose, or best case, you can get lucky for a while. It's like the casino, the house always wins. Spoiler alert, you are not the house. Now let's talk about those YouTube courses. Every day trader or Forex trader I've ever followed on YouTube has faded away and no longer post those videos of their big wins. Anecdotal, but I'll continue. Most of them were just selling courses that didn't help anyone. And that was the real reason they were making money and able to afford the life they were showing off on YouTube.
Take Swaggy C, for instance, who promised to make a lot of traders profitable at the start of 2024. Yet after many traders signed up for his mentorship, he failed to continue the program, leaving them high and dry.
I recently came across two well-known traders called Mamba FX and Lambo Raul, and after checking out their Instagram profiles, which were loaded with expensive jewelry, supercars, and luxury lifestyle pictures,
365-day accelerator, aka signals on steroids.
Look, I'm not sure if anyone that is good at anything and is still doing it has the time to coach you. Think about coaches. They aren't active players. You get done playing, then you coach. Elon Musk doesn't have an electric car course. Bill Gates doesn't have a how to make an operating system course. Steve Jobs wasn't out there telling people how to make Apple. No. They were all busy doing the thing that made them money. But for these YouTube courses, the name of the game is make a few good trades or edit a paper trading account, make it look real, then start selling courses. Get a Discord, get a community. Even better, get thousands of people in your free stock tips group chat. And then maybe, just maybe, when you come out with a hot stock tip, enough people will jump on it to move the needle just a smidge, allowing you to sell at the top and leave all the slowpokes holding the bag. And that strategy, some of your students will make money. And they're likely to be arrogant enough to think they won because of their elite trading skill. But they didn't. It's a game of musical chairs. You're just praying for a seat to land on when the music stops. Now in this video, he talks about finding an edge, and it's just, Let's talk about what trading is at its base level. Someone is selling something and someone is buying something. And because of that, the inherent nature is there will always be a winner and a loser. I want to buy for less and I want to sell for more. That's it. Now, because people are super greedy, we've created additional ways to profit off of that exchange. We can bet on how many people will lose money. We can bet on how many people will make money. We can bet on what we think a particular security will sell for. And because the world is full of maniacs and narcissists, we can bet on a bet on a bet on a bet. Imagine, if you will, you were at a yard sale. And at this yard sale, the people hosting it don't own any of the items. They are just the host. And every time you want to buy something, you had to haggle about the price with someone. Then you hope you can turn around and sell it for more. And while you're doing that, people are standing around screaming outside bets. Like, I bet he's going to sell it for 20 bucks. And other people are like, I bet that lady in the black dress is going to buy it for 10. And beyond that, people are screaming, I bet that guy is going to buy it with rupees. And someone else is screaming, I bet that when that Lego house sells, everyone is going to run and buy that old microwave. Then some shady group of guys in suits show up and go, we will pay triple for spoons for the next 3 minutes. And a mad dash for spoons takes off, sending spoons to $100 each. And as soon as you get your hand on 10 of them, another group comes in with a truckload of spoons they want to sell. And the price drops to 5 cents. And over on the side, there's the yard sale organizers and another group of guys who have been making money every time a sale takes place, all while quietly manipulating the price of everything because they are whispering to people how much they should pay for each item. And they are shoveling all of the money into their pockets while people are still running around with spoons and Legos that haven't sold. That is the stock market. Actually, damn, that was a really good analogy. So if you're not the yard sale organizer or have access to inside information, how are you ever going to win? What edge can you create when you actually have no idea how the game is being played? You see, as a retail trader, you are working off a set of rules that don't apply to the group that's winning. You know, it's like being in a car race and your car is governed to only go 50 miles an hour, but everyone else is doing 150. But the markets need you to keep trading for a very specific reason. I've talked about how fake money is and how they can just create it. So currency just magically enters the monetary system, but it has to be funneled into the stock market. Now, the value of these companies is just subjective at best. But for this merry-go-round to continue, new capital has to constantly be coming in. And while a single retail trader doesn't even register on the global scale, the trading accounts of over 30 million of them create the profit center for all of these other institutions. Remember, somebody is out there winning. It's like the idea of the lottery. The illusion that you can win makes you play. And they need you to think that you can win so you can keep putting money in. It's what keeps the system going. But your chances of winning are slim to none. Think about it. If there are millions of day traders leaving the system every year, they need millions of day traders entering the system every year. Once somebody's account blows up, they need somebody else to bring in because that is where the profit comes from. Most of these institutional traders are not losing money to each other. They're taking all the money from the retail traders and that is their profit. So what can you do? Well, first off, I am not one to give financial advice, but I'd say start by not paying for those courses. You can learn about financial markets for absolutely free. Worst case, take your ass to the library. When did we all forget about books? Now, the market does create more wealth than just about anything else, but that's through investing, not really trading. My best advice is just to stop chasing money. Yes, you need a certain amount to live, and the more you have, you can improve the quality of your life. All things being equal, it's better to have money than to not have money, but that's only one part of the equation. Find something you like to do, and if you can monetize it, great. If not, find a job that pays your bills, then spend the rest of your time with your hobby, because at that point, you're paying yourself with the enjoyment of your life, and that's worth way more than money. And I know it sounds crazy when people are like, money can't buy you happiness, because that's really the statement of someone that's never been broke. But imagine if the world got overrun with zombies. I love zombies. And money no longer had value. What would you do? Would you still want a mega yacht? Do things that bring you real joy. And if it's toiling in the financial markets, then have at it. There are a lot of people that enjoy the gamification of day trading, and most of them probably make up the 1.6% of profitable traders. But my 2 cents for what it's worth, don't waste your money on easy fixes or get rich quick schemes. Find a purpose to your life and maximize your enjoyment over everything else. You'll probably be happier than if you become a day trader.